I'd say all in all we had a very solid second quarter. It was not as good as we had expected about 6 months ago, but frankly the economic environment also has become much more difficult than what we had expected. We had a record quarter in crop protection products. These guys did a remarkable job to grow the business and to become even more profitable. We had a very good quarter in oil and gas, also because we now almost have full production again in Libya. And in the chemical business, things developed a little bit more difficult than what we had expected. Actually, volumes have come down. And they came down because Asia is slowing down in a quite remarkable way, including China, which gives us something to think about for the medium and long term, what it really means if this continues now for another couple of quarters. But also because the southern European countries are very weak, and essentially in Europe we have a recession today. Again, all in all, I think it was a remarkable result given the circumstances, and it shows once again that our people did a very good job. We continue to say that we can achieve better results, better sales than in 2011. And you have to keep in mind 2011 was a record year for BASF. When we made that statement about 6 months ago, actually we had expected that the second half of this year would show an increase of economic activity around the globe and would also then lift our sales. What we see today is that probably the second half will be kind of flat compared to the first half of 2012, which means it can still be better than the relatively weak second half of 2011. But I wouldn't bet on any big positive surprise for the next couple of months. That's not going to happen, actually. First of all, it's important, as always, to be really cautious with regard to expenditures and costs. And I think everybody needs to understand this. We really have to be very, very economical right now. We will also look at the increase of headcount around the globe. It will probably slow down a little bit compared to what we had expected or planned 6 or 9 months ago. What we won't do is to cut into our investment budget. We have many very good and very solid projects ahead of us. They all will generate value for BASF, medium and long term. And I think this is the wrong point in time now to do something unnecessary. We want to continue growing the company based on our long-term strategy. We create chemistry. And finally, we look at, as always, at our portfolio. We have some strengths, we have some weaknesses, and we will continue to optimize our businesses. Quite obviously, Europe or the euro continues to be very, very difficult, and just recently the downgrading or expected downgrading of Germany by Moody's has indicated again how difficult the situation is. I think we will muddle through. We will continue to keep this euro afloat, and I think it's necessary from our point of view. It is a good idea, a good concept, and it's good for business as well. What I'd like to add is that we have already some measures in place, sometimes based on agreements, on contracts between countries and the EU institutions and the other countries. And I would expect that then both sides keep to their commitments and really will also implement what they had promised. If we do that, we will be successful and the euro has a bright and good future.